Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you, whenever and wherever you are on this sweet, wild, sacred earth. I'm Julie Ling, and this is the voice of wonder. Thank you for joining me. It is a minute past the full moon, which is also known as the flower moon. When I was part of a Unitarian Universalist community, we would always have a flower moon meditation service, and people would bring in flowers from their garden. It was lovely. I'd forgotten about that till I looked up the name of this moon a few days ago. And so we'll see what comes. I invite you to just let yourself settle in like so many flower petals falling, like a rose that's opened and bloomed, and its spent petals are not lost. They're just drifting to the ground where they will make it rich for the next roses that bloom. Just feeling yourself, your energy settling, coming down and down. So often we're up here. I invite you in to your sweet, wild, sacred body, the one that's only yours. And with the breath in, feeling the freshness come in. Chi, prana, the most sacred thing in life, the most precious thing already here for you. And breathe out with sigh. And as you sigh, let any static drift away into the ground. As you breathe in more freshness, more inspiration. That's what it means to breathe in. So do it now. Double dog dare you. And breathe out with a sigh and feel yourself just settling into your heart, letting it open into your belly, into the singing bowl of your hips. The full moon is the moment of illumination when things come to light, when they are visible. What do you see? What do you see? Do you see what you love? Are you practicing seeing what you love? Are you seeing what you don't want? Most of us see that, focus on that, and so we get it in spades. And so if that's what you're seeing now in this moment of illumination, then I invite you to, on the next out breath, let it go just a little bit more. And just imagine, what is it you would love? What is it you would like to illuminate in this moment of illumination on this full moon, this flower moon of blooming, of blossoming? What would you love to see? The passage from the full moon to the new is the time of letting go of blossoms falling to the earth. So perhaps this is a time to let go of those things that you don't want. And we let them go by focusing on what we would love instead. You'll notice I don't use the words what we want, because want means lack. And what we focus on, what we ask for at the fast food restaurant of life and the universe, is what we get. And I don't really want more lack. I wouldn't love more lack. I'm guessing you wouldn't either. So I invite you to fine tune your language if you wish. It's an invitation. You can choose it or not. You can print it up, make it into a paper airplane, and let me know how it flies. I don't care, but you might. So I invite you to let go of those things by imagining what you would love. And you may not even know what that is. It's so easy to focus on what we don't want and don't want and don't want. And we push and push and push so hard against it. We wonder why we get more of it when it's kind of obvious. So instead of pushing and pushing and pushing, I invite you to drop your hands. Whew, that energy didn't feel good. Let it out on the breath and simply imagine what you would love. And if you're not sure what it looks like, make it up. There's a wonderful scene in the movie The Karate Kid where Michael-san asks Miyagi-san how he does bonsai. And he tells him, see tree. See tree in your mind. See picture of tree in your mind how you want it. See it? Yes. Okay, now cut that. And Daniel-san says, but how do I know if it's the right picture? And Mr. Miyagi says, inside picture, always right picture. So I invite you to close your eyes and see the inside picture, which is always the right picture. Right on time. And just imagine that. You have nothing to lose and all kinds of things to gain. And you could imagine what you'd love being illuminated by the full moon. Even if you can't see her right now, I can't from where I'm sitting. It's 7:00 in the morning. I know she's there. I know her face is full. I know she illuminates. Imagine whatever it is, this vision of yours, even if it's just forming, is illuminated, brought to vision, brought to life, brought to light by this full moon. And you might be thinking, Julie, moon affecting anything, that's just a bunch of hooly-bully. Maybe. And the moon pulls the tides, and I don't remember the percentage, somewhere between 70 and 95% water. It makes some sense that the moon would have an impact on us and our tides, as it were. So what if you imagine just for today that's the case, that the moon impacts you and all the water inside of you? What if the moon brings to life your vision, the thing that you would most love? I invite you simply to settle in to that. And maybe even it is and it isn't your imagining. I have a mentor who says our imagination is how we connect, how we intuit the universe's desires for us. And maybe right now in this moment, a mere few minutes after the moment of most fullness of the moon, she is illuminating the universe's desires for you. And you, in your imagining, get to intuit them. What if that's the case? I love that idea, that image, that imagining. And I invite you to just surrender to it for a few moments and see what comes. See what you see. as I said, the way we let go of the things we don't want is by focusing on what we would love. We drop the hand that holds them in place. We let it go and we let ourselves. It's been said the most powerful word in the English language is the word let. Let it be. Let there be light. Let there be peace on earth. And let it begin with me. I find it impossible to argue with the notion that peace on earth might happen when we imagine and live what we would love. And what if this is a way for you to participate in a little more peace on earth by imagining what you'd love, not only because perhaps it's how you intuit the universe's desires for you, perhaps it's how you receive the universe's desires for you. And how can you know you've gotten it if you don't know what it is? So maybe the first step is the vision of what it is. Opening to just receive the vision so that when it shows up out there, you recognize it. Because it's when we recognize and celebrate what we're given that it expands and becomes more. And one thing for sure, the energy of the full moon is the energy of expansion and illumination. So as we begin the cycle of letting go, I invite you to practice it this way, letting go of holding on to those images of what you don't want and letting in the images of what you would love and looking for it, because we all find what we look for. And however small it is, as you see the drops of it, they expand and you see more. And you might think, oh yeah, that's just a bunch of woo-woo nonsense. And there's a part of your brain called the reticular activating system that's whose job is to find what you focus on. It goes out and sees all the bright blue cars because you just test drove one or someone just bought one, and it brings you those, and it will bring you what it is you're looking for. That's science. You can argue with it or not. It's pretty cool. So as you go about your day and about the waning cycle of this moon, and this moon is in Scorpio, and that energy is intense. It's intense, it's sharp, it's lively, it's laser focused, and you can ride that energy to allow a laser focus of what you would love and allow your vision to bring it to you in a laser focused way. And that's a gift that I invite you to accept, to drop your hand and let it in. So thank you for joining me. I'm Julie Ling. Let your heart sing. Let it sing the song of what you would love. Let your eyes see the song of what you would love. Have a beautiful, beautiful, and blessed flower moon day.